Hi, this is Joe DeMayo from Fantasyplayersedge.com. It's absolutely essential to target pitchers who can get down on all fours. Let me explain. In a typical 5x5 scoring format, points are contested for the pitching categories in wins, saves, strikeouts, ERA, and WHIP. With that in mind, you need to construct a pitching staff with starters who win games with low ERA and WHIP while having a high K ratio, and closers that have numerous save opportunities, contribute scoreless innings to lower your overall team ERA and WHIP, and strike out at least one batter per inning. These are the four category hurlers that will help you get the edge and win your league. There are several names that come to mind when we think about pitchers who can get down on all fours. CC Sabathia, Roy Halladay, Tim Lincecum, Johan Santana, Cole Hamels, Dan Haren, Brandon Webb, Jake Peavy, and closers Joe Nathan, Jonathan Papelbon, Brad Litch, and Mariano Rivera. However, it's those pitchers that are selected in later rounds that invariably determine the quality and effectiveness of your rotation and bullpen. So let's have a look at some of the pitcher possibilities with four category potential that will be available in mid to late rounds. Quality starters such as Ryan Dempster will be available during the mid rounds of your draft. Dempster had 17 wins last season, an amazing 2.96 ERA, an acceptable 1.21 WHIP, and struck out 8 batters in 9 innings. Youngster Ricky Nolasco with the Florida Marlins had 15 wins last season, an acceptable 3.52 ERA, a 1.10 WHIP, which is extremely low, and he also struck out 8 batters in 9 innings. Reds phenom Edinson Volquez had 17 wins last year, a 3.21 ERA. His WHIP was a bit high at 1.33, but he's a young pitcher, and that WHIP is likely to come down this season when he gains control. Volquez strikes out over a batter per inning. Some other names that will be available during the middle rounds are Chad Billingsley, Francisco Liriano, Jabba Chamberlain, and two pitchers who will begin the season on the disabled list, Irvin Santana and Justin Dusherer. In the late rounds of your draft, target Ted Lilly, Scott Baker, Max Scherzer, John Lester, and Zach Greinke in that order to fill out your pitching staff. Looking at the closers after the top four, Joakim Soria of the Kansas City Royals stands out. Soria had 42 saves, a 1.60 ERA, and a .86 WHIP while striking out a batter per inning. Others to target are Carlos Marmol, Brian Fuente, and Chad Qualls. All three of these pitchers will be closing for exceptional starting rotations, will have a great opportunity to have a large number of saves, and are high strikeout, low ERA, low WHIP closers. So just remember, the key to selecting your pitching staff is to make sure that every one of your hurlers can get down on all fours. This is Joe DeMayo with Fantasy Player's Edge. It's time to play ball.